Okay, I know this looks bad, but it's not bad, and here's why. Hello there, beautiful human. My name is RidersDX, and welcome to my channel. Where today we've got a pretty impulsive video that I'm making here, and it is about the brand new Mario 2022 movie that we actually just got some info for like the very first time. We got some really big news about it, and it's basically the voice cast. And so this was something that I was kind of curious as to how Illumination was going to handle, because Mario and his friends don't typically converse that much, and so it's not really like a setting that we're used to seeing this cast in. And so with most motion pictures, you know, there's usually a lot of dialogue, and so I was kind of wondering how they were going to handle that. And well, we basically have a good idea now. They gave everyone a voice actor, so it's definitely looking like it's gonna be a very different way that we're gonna be seeing Mario and his friends for the very first time. And so we've got some very interesting choices, to say the least, about the voice actors. And so we've got Chris Pratt as Mario, we've got Charlie Day as Luigi, we've got Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, and we've got Jack Black as Bowser. So there's a lot of really crazy choices just right there and then. There's also Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong, Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek, and Sebastian Maniscalco, I don't know, as Spike. So yeah, my reaction to this was very surprised, to say the least. Like, I was just like, I had no idea how they were going to handle this, and they basically handled it by hiring the hottest Hollywood actors to voice these characters right there and then. And so reaction on the internet was pretty obvious. You know, people weren't really that satisfied with it, and people were just kind of immediately saying that this movie was going to be a hot mess. And I kind of just want everyone to take a step back here, because here's the thing about a Mario movie and why I was so like interested in seeing how this was going to be pulled off. And so, as I mentioned before, this is just a medium that we're not really used to seeing Mario in, and it's not a medium that Mario could easily translate into, because in a video game you don't really need that much dialogue if you have like the gameplay and the adventure speaking for itself. And that's typically how Mario games go about mapping out the adventure. You know, Mario is a very like blank protagonist, and he's supposed to kind of like be an extension of you in a way. And so Mario was never really given like a personality per se, besides a few different taunts and all that to kind of characterize him in his games. And so when you have a movie where you really do need characterization to drive the plot along, unless it's like a silent film or like a no dialogue film, which would be kind of hard to pull off in this day and age, unfortunately, then you have to do a lot of conceptual thinking when making movies like this. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that this is the direction that they're going in. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of shocked at the voice actors, but now that I think about it, it does make a lot of sense as to why they're doing it. You know, since Mario just doesn't adapt easily into the movie medium, I think the only solution, at least that made sense to a company like Illumination, was to basically rework the entire Mario franchise into a movie setting and give these characters more fleshed out personalities, give them more fleshed out voice actors, and just, you know, create something using a franchise that's so beloved and just make something that's new. And so that's why I'm not too concerned or like too mad at this voice cast. I am a little bit sad that the original Mario voice actor doesn't even get to voice Mario in this film, but it's also not a surprising decision either. But I am also very curious as to what the direction of this is going to be. If there's anything that we can go by the voice cast, I think it's going to be a very funny film. You know, Jack Black as Bowser, I can imagine him just like ripping into the role as Bowser and just having a really fun time with it. And so it's not really going to sound like Bowser in my opinion. It's going to sound definitely very Jack Black-ish, but it definitely is going to be a very interesting portrayal of Bowser, and I think it can potentially be really hilarious. And yeah, I'm just really curious to see how they're going to go about it. I really hope that Chris Pratt doesn't try to fake an Italian accent, because that just wouldn't seem natural and would probably be insulting to a lot of Italians. But I mean, we don't really know what Chris Pratt is going to bring to this role. Maybe there's another reason beyond his name that they gave Chris Pratt this role, and so I'm going to reserve judgment, because I reserve judgment of the Sonic movie, and when we saw the Sonic movie finally, then like it was a pretty decent movie. And so this situation has a lot of parallels to the Sonic movie in my opinion, because it's like, ooh, big Hollywood gets their hands on a beloved video game franchise and fans are not happy with the decision at all. But in the end, you know, they made some certain tweaks, you know, depending on the feedback and all that, and the movie itself wasn't actually that bad. And so I think we can at least be a little bit more confident that this movie is going to be something that we will enjoy, because it's not like Nintendo to just kind of like relinquish control like this, you know. Nintendo obviously has had a very big hand in how this movie is being developed, you know, much more than most like video game publishers would have. That's why it's taking so long, and that's why Nintendo themselves have personally announced this in their Nintendo Direct. And so I think we should kind of trust Nintendo a little bit more also, because it's like they definitely were very cautious about movies before, and so I think they just feel confident about what this new Mario is going to be, and I think we should give it a chance. You know, I think that we can't go in there expecting it to be the exact same kind of story as the Mario games, because the Mario games have almost little to no story, and so that's not going to make an interesting motion picture. It does make a good setup for a good video game, but it doesn't make a good motion picture. And so that's why they have to take some creative liberties to make these characters a little bit more adaptable to the main screen. And we also have no idea how these characters are going to sound, and so it's not really fair to judge that these voice actors aren't good fits for these characters when we haven't even heard them yet. And so I don't know, these are all professional actors. They might have some extra skills within the repertoire that will make them a lot more suitable for these characters. And so just kind of want to tell people to take a chill pill, you know, don't write off this movie immediately just yet. And to be honest, you're probably going to check it out anyway, because I'm just way too curious about it. I think people are just going to be really curious about this movie, because like I said, Mario on the big screen is something that I honestly didn't think I was going to see in my lifetime. It just didn't seem like something that was even plausible, but I am intrigued by the direction that they're going in here. And you know, it could either be a really great movie or it could be a fun hot mess to watch. You know, either way, it's going to be entertainment, and either way, it doesn't damage who Mario is and his legacy at all, because you know, video game movies don't typically do that well anyway. And so if it really is going to be a hot mess, at least it will hopefully be an entertaining hot mess, is what I'm kind of crossing my fingers for. So I don't know, I kind of wish people weren't so doom and gloom about this movie situation, because honestly, we don't really know that much beyond, you know, just the voice actors. I think if Nintendo had the confidence to actually announce this within the Nintendo Direct, then they have a decent amount of confidence behind the movie, and we can expect something that at least was approved by Nintendo in and out. Otherwise, I think the movie would have just been released like traditionally in terms of its announcement, you know, just given like a trailer on a random day through like the movie's accounts and all that. And so I think the fact that Nintendo is backing this up with an announcement in Nintendo Direct can kind of make us calm down a little bit and just be like, well, I think Nintendo is very much in support of this, and so let's at least give it a chance. Let's at least hear what Chris Pratt sounds like as Mario, as hard as that is to imagine, and you know, just kind of go from there. I think the movie's gonna be a lot of fun either way, and I'm looking forward to seeing more from it. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you all think about this? Are you all immediately turned off by the voice actors, or are you all willing to give it a chance? Let me know why not in the comment section. I'd be really curious to hear your thoughts. I wanted to make this video because it just reminded me so much of the Sonic movie situation, and I'm really curious to see how this is going to turn out compared to the Sonic movie. Because if the voice actors turn out to not be that great, then that's not really an easy thing to change, unfortunately. It's not like the Sonic movie design where you could just kind of like go back into the movie and change the graphics up a little bit. With this, these voice actors have contracts, and so if they're not great, then you're stuck with them unless the voice actors want to get out of the film too or something. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's either going to be an awesome movie or a hilariously hot mess, and I'm just looking forward to it. So alright y'all, thank you so much. Definitely give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos on the Mario movie in the future. I definitely want to keep track of this and make more content on it. And so yeah, this is Riders, riding out. Thank you so much for watching this video. Special shout out to my patrons, Team Rattle Sign Gamer, Johnny Hinton Ortiz, Trash Q, Claw84. These are my patrons / YouTube members. If you'd like to become a patron or YouTube member and get access to a whole bunch of different perks, then please check out the links in the description box below. But alright, this is Riders, riding out.